Well, let's get more now on that development in London with the Illegal Poaching International Conference. I'm joined here in studio by Justus Nyamu, the founder and director of Elephant Neighbour Center based here in Kenya. Jim, thank you very much for joining us on Africa Live. Now, just exactly what did that conference in London achieve in the end?
Thank you so much. For one, we've seen that the people have been able to gather so much, looking at what has happened for the last 25 years since 1989 when there was international ban on ivory. We've seen some other countries like United States, banning the 6 tons of ivory. We've seen China. We've seen also the Hong Kong doing this. It came at the right time when everybody, including the African countries, are coming up to, to talk about the issue of poaching. And what has happened now so far by trying to tell the Chinese and the people who are doing the product, try and ensure that they can reduce, the use of the ivory product. It has come at the right time. Though we have not seen much of the commitment from African countries because we have so much of the ivory stockpiles in our country. The next question will be, what do we do with the stockpile? What do we do then with the stockpile? Because we're now talking about an elephant being killed every 10 hours or so. And as well, is there really political will from African governments to fight the poaching menace? That's the question, Sophie. You remember the CITES last 2 years ago. They give 3 countries, Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, as a source of ivory, to identify and come up with an integrated strategy for anti-poaching, which has not happened at the moment. My recent campaign in the US, when I was walking from Boston to Washington, D.C., ended up by having America to commit to destroy 6 tons of ivory. And we've seen what has happened after that. But looking at the African countries, particularly the 3 countries in Africa, we've not been able to see any commitment so far. You're talking about, though, there being some stockpiles and what exactly are we going to do with this. But recently, as you mentioned there, the U.S. banned the trade in ivory products. Is this going to have any impact at all? Looking at the Americans, they have what they have illegally. But I think African countries, that 7 African countries, this is where we have the stockpile. The stockpile is not in China, is not in America, is not in Europe. We have them here. And I look forward to see what happened in 1989. It's so unfortunate we are going back to the history. What Kenya committed by banning the 12 tons. We want to see Tanzania, they have the highest or the huge amount of ivory stockpile. We have Botswana, we have South Africa. Kenya is not excluded. We have, other than just talking, we want to see if the other countries are destroying or banning, what should Africans do is to destroy their stockpile. So that is the question, though, the key question. What should we really do with the stockpile? And the next question is, are our stockpiles safe where they are? All right, Jim, we'll leave it there for the moment, but thank you very much indeed for joining us here on Africa Live.